Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm thrilled to show you the 2021 Winnebago Forza. So the Forza is the best value for a diesel pusher in the market. The way it's built, the structure, the quality that Winnebago builds into this product, I can't wait to show you and tell you all about this coach. So today we're going to go through the 34T. So what's unique about this is under 12 feet tall. So if you have a 12-foot garage, you can get this in there. So it's 11 feet 11 inches, and then it's 35 feet 9 inches long. Now you have three other floor plans that you can choose from in the Forza. This is the Shiraz exterior paint color. I think it's gorgeous. We've got a couple other choices for you on the exterior paint as well, and we'll go over those. The strength of the Winnebago name is built into every aspect of this coach, from the super steel structure here in the front cap, the interlocking joints, the basements, and we'll kind of cover that as I go along. While we're here in the front, take a look at that beautiful windshield. So I love that. I know it's obviously a big windshield, but that is really kind of your motion picture movie. As you drive along the country and see everything, you get that great view from your windshield. And the windshield on the Winnebago is mounted into the steel superstructured frame. So very automotive-like mounting. Your windshield wipers are mounted into steel, not just the fiberglass of the front cap. So again, just quality built in from the very beginning. You'll notice on the Winnebago that it has a much smaller A-pillar here because that windshield is mounted into steel, and the steel is supporting that fiberglass roof. So a lot of other manufacturers will have a bigger A-pillar because they've got to support the roof with that fiberglass. So we've got our marker lights across the top. You also see that W. I love that. Winnebago you'll see the W throughout this coach. I love how they kind of put their little stamp on their coach in different places. And then we've got the LED lights. We've got the nice LED light strip here. We have our exterior mirrors. They are internally controlled and heated. We also have our side view camera in the mirror. So when you turn on your left or right blinker, you're going to be able to see down the full length of your coach, which gives you a lot of confidence as you're driving these big Class A diesels. All right, so we have our first marker light for the passenger side of the coach. And then let's check out our first baggage compartment here. All right, I think you're going to be impressed at how much storage you get in the Forza. I'm amazed by it. These are huge compartments. So just to give you an idea of the entry here, so that's just a 27-inch entrance into this baggage compartment. It's even bigger inside. I just think that's super impressive. This baggage compartment is made of steel. All their steel is E-coated, so it's rust resistant, and you're just not going to find another company that puts this much detail into the product. So if you go and watch my Winnebago factory tour video, you'll actually see the E-coating process, and I think you'll be really impressed. I want to point out this big passenger side window. So on this particular floor plan, the 34T, you have your mid-entry, where a lot of the other floor plans in the Forza have the front entry. With that mid-entry, you get this nice big window for your passenger, which is great. So how many times are you fumbling around with your keys, trying to find the right key for your baggage compartments, for your ignition? Winnebago's made it simple. There's just one key. One key is going to open all of your baggage compartments. It's going to start your ignition. No one else is going to have a copy of your key. Like several of the other companies, you can kind of get a copy of that baggage compartment key. Your stuff is going to be safe, and you only have to keep track of one key. So I really like that. This is a locked compartment. So this is where we can fuel up the coach on the passenger side of the coach. This is a dual fill, so we have a 90-gallon diesel fuel tank. And then below it, we've got the hydraulic system and the hydraulic reservoir for our jacks. All right, so we have our next baggage compartment. Again, look at how massive this is. This is huge. So huge entry into your storage compartment here. You do have your chassis rail, but you've got a pass through here below and above that. And we have a little service port here. So if you want to plug into your 110 outlet, which you have 2 available there, and then plug it into something outside here, you can easily do that and then still shut your baggage compartment. Now, another thing I want to point out that Winnebago boxes this all in, so you don't have exposed wires. A lot of your competitors, you'll see everything, or you won't have that space available to you in your baggage compartment. So let me open up this next compartment so you can really see the amount of space you have. You even have where it kind of crosses through here. So Winnebago gives you 153 cubic feet of storage, and it's a heated basement as well. You're not going to find it at this price point in any other coach. Your basement is lit as well, so you've got a manual light here you can turn on and off. You also have a little handy dandy app here that you can download to your phone, and you can turn on and off all your basement compartment lights, or turn them all on right here by the touch of an app. And I'll show you more functions you can do on this as we go around the coach and inside. And then we've got our slide out room controller here. You can also see the holding tanks in here. One of the things that's unique to Winnebago is that they make 70 to 75% of everything that's in this coach. So they are an actual RV manufacturer, just not an RV assembler. And what's significant about that is that they can design their tanks specifically for this floor plan, specifically for this coach. They've got nice, long, flat sort of tanks, and they evenly distribute the weight of those tanks so that you're going to have a nice smooth ride. That combined with the V-Ride from Freightliner is going to give you a smooth ride in this Class A diesel. V-Ride is a rear suspension system that helps stabilize the coach. So it's going to give you less tilt, and it'll be more stable in all weather conditions. So we have our second marker light for the passenger side of the coach. And then behind this panel here, this is really just for service, but that's access to the back of your refrigerator if you ever need to get there. Then we have the dryer vent here, and we have our exterior entertainment center. So we've got a 32-inch Samsung TV, and then we've got a little strap here that you just pull to release, and then you're going to be able to easily swivel out your TV so you can direct it away from the sun. Now, one of the things I want to point out, this is another thing that Winnebago does really well. They make all their TV mounts, and I'm telling you, you can tell the difference. They are strong, they don't rattle. Just when you're shopping, try the TV mounts out. I know that sounds silly, but it's all the little things that build to the quality that's in this coach. So, and they even do the cable loom. It looks all nice. Like a lot of times you'll see exposed wires here. Winnebago that whole compartment's nice. You can tell that it's been E-coated. Again, quality, quality, quality. You have available 110 outlet and the satellite connection. And you can connect your TV to the DVD from inside the coach, so you can put that, whatever movie you're playing inside, you can play out here. All right, one more storage compartment here. Again, it's lit. And if you look up here, you can see the inverter. This is our 2,000 watt inverter, and we have the inverter disconnect. Now you can turn that off inside your coach, but there's always going to be a parasitic draw, so you want to make sure you cut that off here if you're putting your coach in storage. Now, if we are lucky enough to have you as storage customers at National Indoor RV Centers, you don't need to worry about any of that, because you'll always be plugged into 50 amp or 30 amp service, whatever you need. And all you have to do, give us a call, let us know you want to take your coach out. We'll fill up your freshwater tanks, we'll air up your tires, we put your coach outside, and you just drive up, pick up, and go. We try to make it super easy for you. So here we have our house batteries. We have 4 group 31 batteries here. We have 420 amp hours, and there's also space if you wanted to add 2 more batteries, you can add those in there. We've got our last marker light for the passenger side of the coach. Then we go right to the rear cap. First of all, look how gorgeous this is. Beautiful end cap here. We've got the nice Forza sign across the back. Then we've got our marker lights at the top. We have our high brake lights on the side there. So if we're towing something, you're still going to be able to see those brake lights. We've got our rear view camera. All of your lights on this coach are going to be LED lights, so that's really nice. Then this sits on the Freightliner 340 horsepower XCS or straight rail chassis. It has a 10,000 pound tow hitch and a 500 pound tongue weight. So you're going to be able to easily tow your 4,000 pound Jeep Wrangler. And we also have a 7-way here for our tow vehicle. So let's see what's behind our engine compartment here. We've got our power steering fluid, our engine coolant. This is our engine oil dipstick, so it's much longer than those on your car. So you check your oil there. Then we've got our Deutsch plug. This is for a service technician to plug in and do diagnostics on your engine. We've got our engine oil fill, our trans oil dipstick and fill, and our engine air filter minder. So when that goes up, it's time to change your air filter. Typically I would do that once a year regardless. And then I also want you to know, this is our rear radiator. So if you look up at the side, we've got our engine air intake. So you're gonna get nice, cool, clean, ambient air into your engine. All right, so here on the driver's side, we have our Truma AquaGo system. So this is our hot water for the coach. Winnebago brought this over from Europe. So in Europe, Truma owns 90% of the market share. Winnebago was the first to use it in the United States. And in Europe, they have higher emission standards. So it's a very clean, green system and works really easily. It's really easy to service. So if you need to winterize it, you can just open it from here. You'll have your winterizing instructions. So you just change your filter, put your cleaning tablets in here once a year, put it back in, run a cleaning cycle, and you're good to go. It's super easy. And then you'll see the on, off, on. Don't worry about that. You do have to have it on in either the up or the down position. And then we'll talk about how you turn it on from inside the coach. So the Truma has 60,000 BTUs. So you're gonna have instant hot water and you're gonna have continuous hot water. So they even tested the system at Winnebago. They had 2 showers going and hot water for hours. So you're gonna fill up your gray tank most likely before you're gonna have to worry about having a cold shower. Much better system than the competitors who use either not a very good instant hot water system or they have the tank system where you're gonna run out of hot water. Then we have our chassis batteries here. And we've got our fuse box here for the rear part of the chassis. And then Winnebago, another thing that they do is they give us circuit breakers, where a lot of companies will give you fuses. You've got to then keep track of those darn fuses and try to find the right one. Just super easy right here. It's labeled, hit the button, and you're good to go. Now we have our DEF fill here on the driver's side of the coach. Now your DEF is your diesel exhaust fluid. Remember that does have a shelf life. It's usually good for about 1 year. It doesn't like heat or sun. So if you know that you're driving your coach and you're going to Florida and you're going to sit there for 4 months, you may not want to fill that up. You've got a gauge here on the tank itself, and you also have a gauge at your dash, so you can watch that really closely. Then we've got our 50 amp shore power cord and our SureGuard automatic transfer switch. We also have our input connections for our satellite and our cable. And then we have our quick little port here for our 50 amp cord. A lot of the competitors will have a hole where you have to thread this through. You can just open that right up. Once you've got your cord through, you can shut that back up and you're going to keep all the critters out of your coach. While I'm here, I want to point out another thing. So we've got a little label on our door. Now these doors, they're precious, but they seem to get banged up a little bit more than some of the other doors, just because, you know, there's rocks in the campground, picnic tables, you take a corner a little too sharp and you may bang up your door. Well, if you need a new door, Winnebago makes these. Isn't that awesome? So again, you've got everything you need to know right here on the label. Call up Winnebago and you can order this exact door. Midship here we have our exhaust for our furnace, our marker light, and then we've got our wet bay. So lots to talk about in here. We've got the water filter for the coach here. We have our black waste tank drain and our gray waste tank drain. The black tank will hold 48 gallons in the 34T. The gray is 54 and your freshwater tank is 84 gallons. So that's huge. Again, one of those things that Winnebago can do because they can customize the tanks for this particular floor plan. They can do that because they make those tanks in-house. Then we've got our external shower here with hot and cold. We've got the lit area, so if you're doing all your hookups at night, it's really nice to have light. Then we've got our water pump, so we can turn that on here, and then we've got 2 more switches inside the coach where you can turn on that water pump. So you can turn it on here and keep it off inside and just turn it on when you need it. So that's really nice. We have our black waste tank flush, and if you want to see what that looks like, check out my Winnebago factory video, because I actually show what a black tank flush looks like. And basically it's a nozzle they put in there that will kind of force pressure and spray the tank, and it helps push everything through. Then we have our freshwater inlet, and then the direction of if we want to do a normal tank fill or freshwater valve. And we also have our quick ports here for our freshwater hose. So, and our sewer, our stinky slinky, we can hook that up here, and then we just open up that quick port and thread it through so we keep critters out of our coach. Also, if you want to see how I connect everything when I get a campground and when I disconnect, go to my RVing 101 series, where I start a trip from the very beginning, my checklist, through the trip, to the campground, setting up, and taking down camp. As we go to our next compartment, I just want to point out that at this price point, you're getting a painted paddle latch. If you look at your competitors, if you're shopping, you're going to see just like a regular trailer latch on a lot of their baggage compartments. Again, Winnebago just builds in quality. We got the Truma system, we've got the nice paddle latches, interlocking joints. Again, so much to talk about, so much they build into this coach. And then check out that huge baggage compartment. This is your pass through from the other side, but it's just so big, easy to get to everything. It's just really nice. And behind here we've got our LP tank. That's a 23-gallon LP tank. Now it doesn't come with a quick connect, but we can easily add that for you at National Indoor RV Centers. And we've got our fresh tank drains here. Also, we've got sensors on our holding tanks. They're upgraded sensors, so much more accurate readings. There's also a little cubby here for storage. I love that Winnebago gives you any little nook and cranny extra space for storage. Here's our fuel fill for the driver's side of the coach. Remember, this is dual fill for our 90-gallon diesel fuel tank. We have the exhaust here for our 6,000 watt Awning generator. And then we've got our fuses for the front part of the chassis and our automatic resettable circuit breakers here. So nice. Just radio's not working, come out here and you can reset it right there. And then we have the lever here to release the front hood. So behind the front cap here, we've got our 6,000 watt Awning generator. So you can turn your generator on and off from right here. You can also see your generator hours. You have your coolant fill and your oil fill. FYI, if you ever get your generator serviced and then you think something's not working, sometimes they forget to turn the generator back on right there, or flip that breaker, so just flip it on right here. Then right inside this compartment, you've got your air horns, and down below here, we have our wussy horn. If I'm driving something this big, I want my air horn on all the time. And we can easily get to our windshield wiper fluid. One of the things I want you to notice as we look in this whole front cap here is how much steel is in here. You'll be surprised, but a lot of the competitors will have wood in here, or they'll put, aluminum panels or whatever, but Winnebago, they've got this steel superstructure up front, and it's going to give you the rigidity, the protection as you go down the road, and a nice ride. So there's a few things I want to show you just right inside the door here before we go all the way inside. First thing I want to show you is this screen door. So I want you to you've got to come to Winnebago, you've got to come to National Indoor RV Centers. Check out the Winnebago screen door. They make this. It is so hardy. It is not your regular kind of flimsy screen door. You are going to love it. Now, you see the step going in and out when I open and shut the door? That's something super important too. So right inside here, you can turn the step off. So once you get to a campground, you're camping, you don't want that step to go in and out every time you open the door. It will drive you crazy. Plus it's needlessly using the motor for that step. So turn that off. Now we're outside, we want to have some shade, right? So we can do our awnings from right inside here too. All you have to do is turn the power on to your awnings, and then you've got 2 awnings. So you're going to go ahead and put your awning out. You'll see that the very first part of that awning, there's a black protective fabric, so that's going to protect your awning from ripping up at the top. And then we can bring out our rear awning lights, and you can direct those just by bringing it in a little or taking it back out. All right, to my favorite part, let's go and check out the inside. So right when you come in the coach, you've got this nice grab bar, so you're going to safely get in and out of the coach. Then we've got our fire extinguisher right here, so you can get that from outside the coach or inside the coach very easily. And then we've got some switches down here I want to talk about. So we've got a multiplex light switch right here when we enter the coach, so we can just do our lights master on or our lights master off. So we just walk in, turn on lights. We're not going to have to fumble around in the dark. And then we've got our awning lights. So our rear awning light and our front awning light, our compartment lights, our porch light, our lounge area light, and our galley light. Now anytime you see the arrows, the up and down arrows, if you push and hold, you can dim those lights. You can actually level your coach from right here, just inside the door. Now to do that, you have to make sure you have your ignition on and your park brake set. And then we can also take our jacks up and store them from here as well. Then we've got our awning power, so you're going to want to turn that on so that you can bring your awning in and out and your rear awning in and out. Then we've got our disconnect for our coach batteries, so again right at the front step, and our on and off for our front step. And the on is a little, you've got to actually use that, move that little red button to change it so that it can't accidentally be switched. And then we've got our chassis battery disconnect right here at the coach as well. Then we have great little cubbies here for storage. Right when we walk in the door, you could throw your keys in there, your gloves, just stuff that you need to get to quick as you go in and out of the coach. Also notice in the stairwell that we've got the nice ultra leather backing with the stitching, and I love our little W right there. But it just really adds to like the clean look. You can wipe that down and it just looks nice. All right, finally to my favorite part. I love the interior of the Forza. So we have this beautiful interior. This is the mineral light interior, and you, with the Sonoma wood, there's two other wood choices, and then there's two other interior packages, Alpine and Tapestry. So I just think it's nice and light and bright. I like that the interior package is neutral, so you can bring in your own flair. If you've got a certain color you want to add to this coach, anything will go, and I love that. And it also doesn't date itself, so you're not going to walk in and go, this was definitely made in whatever year, because it's just nice and neutral and classic and beautiful. So let's go over some of the great storage space they've given us inside the Forza. Right above our TV, we've got two nice compartments here, and then going around, so we've got an overhead bed here. I bet you didn't even notice that. I love how it goes right up to the ceiling, looks really clean. So when that bed's down, these compartments will actually be up in the bed part. But we've got a nice big compartment here. We are prepped for a satellite system. We also have the Wi-Fi booster, so that's going to enhance or extend your reach into the camp's Wi-Fi. We have our over-the-air antenna here, so you can just push that so you can log on and get local stations. And then we've got a 110 outlet. And then coming over to this side, we've got our light for the overhead bunk area, a nice big compartment here for storage, kids' toys, books, whatever you need. Then we've got our storage here above our sofa, our theater seating. Look at all that storage. I love it. There's no divider in there, so it's nice and deep. You can get a lot of stuff in there. And I'll just keep going to over our dinette. So a lot of overhead storage in the Forza. So the Forza is going to comfortably seat, with seat belts, 7 passengers. So you have your co-captain, your captain, the 2 in the theater seats, you have 1 in the rear facing booth and 2 in the forward facing booth, and you do have a child safety tether in that forward facing booth. And all seat belts are pull tested. So you're going to be very confident taking your family down the road in the Forza. Now, when you've got 7 places to seat people, how many will this sleep? So we've got 2 here that I'm going to show you in a minute. You're going to be able to make your booth into a bed, and then you've got your master bedroom. So you're gonna comfortably sleep 6 people and maybe more if you wanna throw a couple extra kids in. And we've gone with the optional theater seating here. If you don't go with the theater seating, this would be a sofa and you would have a bed in that as well. So probably 2 more people there. So it's gonna sleep probably more than you wanna take with you. So let me show you how this bed works. It's nice and easy. First of all, you do have to have your ignition on or an accessory mode. And then you've got a key here. So you're just gonna take that from the off to the on, and you're gonna take your bed down. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? And so we've got a light switch here for the overhead bunk. We also have a light back in the cubby that I pointed out just a minute ago. That will turn these lights on and off as well. Then we've got this great big mattress here, so you can easily get 2 adults up there. We've got the cubbies in the back with the little cargo nets so nothing falls out, and our other cubby over here. So this is just a great space. Kids are gonna love it. We've got a ladder that will support 225 pounds to get up, and you can get as much as 600 pounds up here in the bed. So not gonna have a problem getting as many kids as you want. So you've got the ladder, again, nice and sturdy. You're not gonna have a problem, and you just hook it right up there and up you go. And you've got this big 50-inch Samsung TV to entertain everyone. And another cool thing that Winnebago gives you, they give you a little release strap here. So you can pull this out and you can direct your TV towards whoever's watching it. So if it's the booth and the theater seating, or maybe it's just you and your spouse here at the captain's chairs, you want to sit there, or it's for the kids up top on the overhead mattress. So it's really nice. Another thing, again, notice how sturdy this is. This doesn't like shake or jiggle. Again, Winnebago just makes a really nice product. And then when you're done, if I can get it straight here, it just, you can hear it click right back in, and it's nice and sturdy safely there. You've got your sound bar, and then we've got our DVD player. We also have our fireplace here. You can have push button controls. You also have a remote. So you can be sitting here in the captain's chair, relaxing, turn on the fireplace. You can set the temperature from here, or turn it off and just have the ambiance of the fireplace. And then you can also dim that flame too. So go down in levels, and you can set a timer for how long you want it to run. Now this little fireplace will put out a lot of heat. So if you want to come in and take the chill off the coach really quickly, fireplace is probably your best bet. And we have the Samsung Blu-ray player. So we optioned in the lounge chair for the passenger seat. So this is going to give you a footrest. So that's nice and comfy. Now, little word to the wise. I always have people that don't know how to take that footrest back down, so they'll force it down. Basically, they're going to break it. All you have to do is take your heels, bend them back, push it in, and it goes right back into place. Now, it's much more comfortable with that out, but for demonstration purposes, I'll keep it in for now. We also have the tablet table, which works really well. So it just pulls out. It doesn't protrude from the side. It just sucks right into the armrest here, or next to the armrest. So you can sit here, work on your tablet, do your crossword, have dinner. You know, you can turn your table a little bit more, and you can even share it with your captain there. So anyway, just really nice. I like that it's integrated into the seat. And then when you're done, you just fold it in and push it back, and see it kind of just disappears next to the chair. All right, now let me show you the theater seating. This is super comfortable too. Again, the sofa comes standard, but you can add the theater seating, and you've got your little lever here that just pops the footrest up, makes it super comfortable, and you've got your USB charging ports here and here, and you've got the 2 110 outlets above you, along with your LED lighting. So you've got nice lighting here. You can charge your devices. Now we have another little, you might be wondering what this is, another little spot for a table. So put that in here, put your drinks there, but you've also got a drink holder on both sides, seat belts, and you can put that over there too. So it just easily goes in, rotates back and forth, really nice. And then when you want to take your footrest up, again, tuck that back in and push it back. And I have another little trick with this light panel. So it actually snaps right out, and then you can use it like a remote control. So you can turn your lights right there, turn back on, and then you can just pop it right back up. We also have the app on our phone. So you can go to your entry lights, your main lights, your rear lights. You've got a master on and off, but in our main area, we can do our lounge lights. If we want to dim them again, we're going to just hold. So you can dim any of the lights that have the arrow, up and down arrows, you can dim, and just quick and easy. So I really like to use the app just because my phone's normally in my hand and I can do that real quick. So just some of the functions, and I still have more to show you on this. All right, so let's head over to our benchmark dinette. First of all, I want you to notice how many windows that we have in this coach. A lot of the windows open, they have screens on them so you can get some cross breeze in here when you've got a beautiful day outside. They're dual glazed windows, and we've got the day and night MCD shades on them. Now right underneath this cabinet here, we've got two 110 outlets, and back in the booth we have another set of two 110 outlets. So lots of things to talk about here with the benchmark dinette. Remember, I've told you that Winnebago makes all their own furniture. So you're going to notice as I take off this cushion here, we've got the little code and our reorder number. If something happens to this cushion, we can call Winnebago and we can get a replacement, which is huge. And the easy way to take this booth down into a sleeping area, just put those cushions right on top of the table there. So we have the residential inner sprung cushion here. So it's going to be nice and comfortable with the multi-density foam. So when you sit on this bench, you're not going to get that feeling like you're going to slide off the front of it. And then look at the space that I have here. So it's a very comfortable bench. Winnebago wants to give you access to as much space as you can. So a lot of the other manufacturers will do a drawer here, but then you've got the drawer assembly that's going to take up space. So you've got lots of space there, very easy to get to, comes up nice and easy. So let's go ahead and lift this one up too. Again, all that space there, you can easily see your outlet there now. And then we're just going to release the lever here and push our table down. There's our bed base. Bring our cushions down. You can also see the two seat belts here. I'm not even sweating. That's the best. Half the time when you do these beds, by the time you get them down, you're sweating and you're tired, but that was super easy. All right, you're gonna be amazed at the amount of storage in the kitchen in this 34T floor plan. So just check out adjustable shelves here. All that storage up top. And more storage below. And these are nice and deep. So something I want you to go watch. Go watch my RVing 101 series. Series 1 is me prepping for a trip, and I have some of my customers that show how they pack their coaches. I have a customer that has a china cabinet in this same area in her kitchen, puts all of her flour, sugar, baking needs in here, and you will be amazed at how much you can get in this space here. And then one more. So really nice. Then as we move into the kitchen, look at this beautiful countertop. So we have the Corian countertops that come standard. They've given us even a little extra counter space here. And right below that, we have two 110 outlets, and we have our propane alarm. And it's super easy to put down. Just push in the levers at both ends, and it just folds right into place. But love this space. They've given us sink covers, so we have the undermount stainless steel sink. So we have a nice flat surface that we can use for prep. Our residential faucet here, and then probably another one of my favorite things goes back to storage, but I've got a spot for my garbage can. So I can put a full-size garbage can in here and tuck that away so you don't have to see it when you walk into my coach. And look at our storage here. Again, adjustable shelves. We've got the nice window here. We can open that for a little cross breeze. two 110 outlets here, two 110 outlets here. So if you have a mixer, if you have a coffee maker, whatever, you've got plenty of counter space and the outlets for those items. Then we have the Whirlpool induction microwave oven. Check out how big that is. So big, we don't need to have an oven. We can bake cookies in here and pie. And I even have a customer that built, she baked the most beautiful loaf of bread. I came into her coach and I was like, wow, did you cook that in your convection microwave oven? And she's like, yeah, cooks a loaf of bread almost every day for she and her husband and their guests. So don't be afraid to use those. Lots of fun things that you can make in there. And then check out the drawers. Some nice full extension drawers. Again, more and more and more space. And I'm not done yet. So I have a feeling that most of you won't even fill all these cabinets because there's so much space here. Then we've got our three burner gas cooktop, and we've got a little cover for that too. So if you're not using it, that gives you more counter space. So great kitchen, lots of space, and beautiful countertops. Also, those countertops, they have the 5/8 of inch backer board underneath, just like you would in a residential kitchen. So again, quality built in from Winnebago. Then we have our residential refrigerator and freezer. So check out the size of that. Nice and big. And we have an ice maker, makes all the difference. We love the ice maker. And then we have our travel lock that works so easy, simple. You can eyeball it and make sure you've locked it. I like that feature. Here on this wall, we have our thermistor. So that's going to communicate with the thermostat to keep the temperature nice and comfortable in the living room area. And we'll have another one in the master bedroom. Then we've got a little cubby here so you can put keys there, or whatever you need to grab quickly. Nice and visible. And then we've got our Vega Touch with the Eclipse app. So you can do pretty much everything from here. I love these things. Now, I want to note that you have this also on your phone. You can put it on your phone too. So I really like that it gives you the tank readings. So our fresh tank is empty, gray tank is empty, our black tank is empty. So our LP tank is, almost halfway full, 47% full. Now, most manufacturers are going to send you this unit with no LP in it. But Winnebago, they filled it with LP, or they filled it halfway so that they could test the LP tank, test all the LP lines, make sure there's no leak. So again, just quality and safety is always at they're always thinking about that, and I love it. So another luxury item, you don't see these in a lot of much higher priced diesel products, and this is in a value coach by Winnebago. Again, they're just so much quality, so much packed into this coach for such a value. So you can turn your water pump on and off from here. You've got your master light switch on and off, and your generator, you can start and stop it from here. We've got battery information, and it tells us our house batteries are at 14.2, our chassis are at 14.3, and then we can get more detailed information here on the next page. So again, it's going to give us our levels. It's also going to tell us that our inverter is in pass-through mode. The inverter does three things. It converts AC to DC and DC to AC. It charges the batteries as needed, and it passes current through. So right now we're in pass-through mode. Our charger is in absorption mode because our batteries are basically full. Then we can go down here, we can do our AC power, and that will give us information on our AC line. So we're connected to 30 amp shore power right now. Again, start and stop the generator, and we can go to our auto gen start. So this is where you can set the time that you want your generator to run. You can also say it can trigger it by low volts or by temperature or by time right here. So you can set when you want it to run. So if you go to your auto gen start settings, you can set those right here. So you can customize when you want your generator to run. Then we go back to our light switch, obviously the master, and then we can go to our front awning, rear awning, driver side map light, compartment lights, our loft lights, and our passenger side map lights. Our main lights, so galley, lounge, galley overhead, sofa, dinette, hall, and accent lights, and our rear lights, bed ceiling, mid-bath, left overhead, and right overhead over the bed. So this is our slide room control, so we can take our slides out from here. You do have to have your ignition on, your park brake set for these to come out, but they're color coded so you know which slide you're moving. Then our temperature control. So our front AC is a 13.5 BTU unit, and our rear AC is a 13.5 AC unit with a heat pump. So you can see that you've got the heat pump source in the rear unit. The front, you can turn on your furnace, your cool, very easy to operate and set those temperatures. And then we've got our fantastic fans in the galley here in the kitchen. These are remote controlled as well. You can turn them on and off. They do have rain sensors, and you can select the temperature that you want them to open up and come on at as well. And we have a bathroom one also. Then we've got our settings here, so you can personalize the screen brightness, the time, the temperature, how you want it to read out, customize your screen for your own personal likes. All right, so here's our Truma AquaGo controller. So if we want to have, water recirculating all the time, it will recirculate here at 102 degrees. And then when we go ahead and turn on the faucet, it's going to immediately heat it to 120 degrees. Now, if you are dry camping, you want to go to eco mode because you don't want that water recirculating all the time because you're using power. So eco mode won't recirculate it. When you turn on the water, you're just going to have to wait that 10 to 20 seconds until the cool water clears the line, and then you'll have warm water. If you're going to be in colder climates, you would want to come to National Indoor RV Centers, where we can add a heater to your Truma so that you can use it in colder climates. Clean, just don't go to clean. If it accidentally goes down to clean, you have to run your water for 15 minutes while it cleans the system. So just don't go there. If you need to clean it, refer to your owner's manual. All right, let's go and check out the bathroom in the Forza. So we've got a nice sized bathroom here. I love the amount of counter space they've given us. We have the stainless steel sink and the residential faucet, and check out that. Yay, I love medicine cabinets because you can tuck everything away, hide it. It doesn't have to be out on the counter. Lots of space here with adjustable shelves. More space above. Look at all that storage. And then don't forget, we've got our fantastic fan vent in here. Another favorite, the W, here it is. So a little towel holder here. Another big towel holder here. That's probably one of my pet peeves when I don't have a place to put the towels. So we've got one here on the door. We've got one on the wall. We've got the little one for our hand towel. Love that. We've got our light control for the ceiling, for the water pump, the fan here, up and down. And then we've got a little bit of a storage space there, not too big. And the toilet paper holder. Nice sized drawer here, and our two 110 outlets, and a little magazine rack right there. And then we've got our toilet with the pedal control, and we've also got the little nozzle here where we can spray that toilet out if we need to. And then we've got our shower. So nice size shower. Again, I've got heels on, and there's plenty of room here. And I've got the skylight. And we have the Oxygenics shower head. So this is really nice because you're going to get your temperature just right in your shower, and then you can kind of do like a military shower to save your freshwater tank and your gray water tank. So you can turn this off right here, the nozzle, and you're going to keep that same temperature in the water line. Lather up, get your hair shampooed, whatever, and then you can turn that back on, rinse off. So it's going to be it's going to give you nice water pressure, but also be a water saver at the same time. Love this shower because you got the little sink. So for us ladies, that's great so we can shave our legs, place for our shampoo and soap. And then we've got a little shower lock on the door so we can easily slide that shut. And then once it's open for traveling, we can lock it into place. So as we head into the master bedroom, I love that Winnebago gives us this full-length mirror. So nice, you can try on your outfits and make sure you look good. And right across from that, we've got our washer and dryer whirlpool. And then into the master bedroom, again, you're going to be amazed at the amount of storage. So let's just start with that. Look at that big closet, and there is no divider. So you can see we've got our wardrobe bar here, lots of space, and you're going to be able to easily get to everything since this isn't a divided cabinet. I really like that. So it feels huge, and it doesn't just feel huge, it really is huge. And then we've got drawers, nice, deep, full extension drawers. Two more here, and I'm in the way of them, but you get the idea. Here we go. So lots of space here, and then let's go to the cabinets over here. Again, overhead space, nice and deep. And then we've got our lights here. We've got a control panel here. So again, we can snap that off, or we can just use the one on our phone. Now I've got my phone charging on the wireless induction charger over there. There's another one here, and it actually has like a little bit of a rubber outer ring on it, so that's going to keep your phone from sliding on or off. And we've got our ideal air mattress. So this is an optional item, the air, but you can set that the air in your mattress sort of like a sleep number, so that it's just how you like it, the firmness or the softness of your bed. And then we've got a true queen mattress, so 80 inches long, and we've got the padded headboard, so they didn't skip any corners here. Another thing that you're gonna love, ladies and gentlemen, those that make the bed, because we all love a guy that will make the bed. Look, you've got space. You've got a couple inches on each side of the bed, so you can easily make your bed. That's huge. And then the other thing I want to point out is you've got two 110 outlets. You've got a nice nightstand on each side of the bed, and you've got two USB charging ports too. So for those of you that have CPAP machines, you're going to be able to easily put those on the nightstand and use those on both sides. Great. Again, check out our big, huge window that we get in the Forza. Love this, because if I'm camping, I want to bring the outside in, so you can easily do that. And then you've got your daytime shade and your nighttime shade, so you can block this out, make this a cave at night. And you even got your little privacy door here. You just push down to unlock, and then close your bedroom off to the rest of the world. And then in the morning it just locks back into place. We're not done with storage, because there's still a whole lot more here. So I just lift up the bed. Look at all that storage. I mean, so much space. We have service access to our engine area there. There's just wiring underneath this compartment. And then in the front compartment here, we have our circuit breaker and our fuse and our breaker box. So here on the other side of the bed, just want to point out that we have our 32-inch Samsung TV. Also right above us, we've got our AC and heat pump for the rear of the coach. And I don't know that I've pointed out that we have the soft touch vinyl ceiling, and we have our carbon monoxide detector there. So again, safety. And then over here, big nightstand, two 110 outlets, USB port, nice drawer there, and the same cabinets above. So in this compartment, we have adjustable shelf. We also have our satellite receiver connection, two 110 outlets in here. So I have zero complaints with the master bedroom. Nice big bed with the ideal air mattress, tons of storage, big window, entertainment. I'm set. So I always like to show the coach with the slides in. So on this 34T floor plan, you don't even need to have the slides out to go to bed. You can walk around one side of your bed, very easy to get to. We've got our full-length mirror we can still see in. Easily get in and out of the bathroom. We can also get into our refrigerator, our freezer, no problem. We could be cooking here. We still have access to one full sink, big walkway through the booth area, and then look at all the space here. Really, can you believe the slides are actually in? They are. So we're finally to the dash area, and we've got these really, I can't tell you how comfortable these seats are. Very comfy. We've got the powered forward or back, up and down, forward and down, tilt. And then we can adjust our backrest very easily. And this little lever here is where you're going to swivel your chair when you're ready to camp and want to turn around and have it be part of the living room. Just super easy to do right there. And our armrest, just super comfy chair. So let's get on to all the things here to the left of me. I've got a cup holder for a drink, and I've got another one up top. So I've got two to the left, which is really nice. And then I've got my electronic leveling, so my hydraulic leveling jacks I can do right here. Now to make those work, I do have to have the ignition on and the park brake set. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Now you can also do this from the front door. So there's two places. Winnebago tries to make that really easy for you. I'm gonna go ahead and push auto level. We're getting an audible alarm, and we have a red light here letting us know our jacks are down. So a couple little safety reminders so that we don't take off with our jacks down. Auto level success. So now we can just turn off the system and turn off the ignition. And we're level. Then we've got the internal controls for our exterior mirrors. So our left and our right. And then we can turn our generator on or off from here. We've got our night shade that we can take down or up. And we've got our mirror heat, so we can turn that on if we need to defrost those mirrors. Then we've got our driver's side map light. So that's right here. And we've got our battery boost. And that's super important. If you've left your coach, say you were, went to Canton in Texas, went shopping, were gone a little bit longer than you thought, came back and your batteries are dead, what you want to do is hit that battery boost button on. That's going to tie your house battery and your chassis battery, your house batteries and your chassis batteries together so that you can get enough power to then start your generator, let your generator run for a little bit, and then you're going to go ahead and start your engine. Then we have our air horn. So if I'm driving a big Class A diesel coach, I'm always going to have my air horn on. We've got our cup holder that I pointed out. This is our light switch. They're off, marker lights, and our headlights. And then we have our on for our auxiliary light. So our auxiliary light is run off the app. You have to have it on here, but it illuminates the under part of the coach at night. So it looks really cool. Then we have our front auxiliary lights. So we've got those, the rope lights sort of in the front, and that's what lights these up. So that looks really nice. And then this is our engine. So if we're running our radio while we're driving down the road, we get to the campground, we want to keep the radio going, we just turn the engine off, and then we can run it off our house batteries and still have our radio up here on. Down here, you've got the pedal control to tilt your steering column. All right, so now we have our first paddle here on the left side. So this is going to be for our windshield wipers. So you can turn them on and off and decide which speed you want. If you push in here, it's going to put your windshield wiper fluid and help you wash off the windshield. And then we've got our light control. So if we want to flash our headlights to let a trucker know that it's safe for him to move back into the lane, you can do 3 flashes, or you can push it away from you if you want to keep your high beams on. So now we're at the Freightliner chassis. We have the Drive Tech technology, which has all of the Daimler Chrysler research and development behind it. So this is going to look much more automotive than it has in the past. I love this big screen, the OptiView screen here. And then we've got a lot of information that we have right at our fingertips on the steering column. So if I go to my home button here, it's going to take me to my menu. I can go to the trip information, and I can scroll through trip information. our trip to. I can go to my gauges. So you can customize the 3 things that you see up here all the time. So if you want to set up your gauge menu to where you want it, you just press the up and down arrows, and then it will highlight which one you want to change. Go ahead and press OK, and then you'll just scroll and say you want to change it to your PSI. You're going to just hit OK to save, and then back to exit. And then you could go to your quick gauges right here and pull that up really fast if you want to. Back to home. Fuel economy, we'll go through information there. Vehicle configuration, and you can change your go to Bluetooth, your dash brightness, your units. You can change it from standard to metric. Diagnostic, so internal will let you know if there's any faults. Internal diagnostics, transmission prognostics, and it will give you kind of your trans health. System information, and then so you can customize sort of what you see on the screen, plus it's just really easy to read. Then we've got our horn obviously here. Over here we can Bluetooth our phone into the coach so that you can answer and hang up calls right from your steering column. And you can also flash your marker lights. If a trucker has told you it's safe to pull back into the lane after you've passed him, you can hit your marker lights to say thank you. Then we've got our cruise control settings here, so we just hit that to turn our cruise control on. We set it and resume and cancel. And then we've got our radio control here where we can mute our radio. And then we have our volume control for our radio, increase volume and decrease volume. So now we have all of our transmission controls right here on this paddle. Remember how they used to always be on the left side on the panel over here? Much easier because they're right at our fingertips, and you're going to get really used to this once you've driven just a couple of times. So you can easily go to drive, neutral, or reverse right there. If you want to turn your engine brake on, you're just going to go engine brake on, engine brake off. You can also switch manually or change your gear manually by pushing the paddle away from you to go into manual mode, and then you can push forward to go through your different gears. Once you get to 5th gear, it will automatically go back to auto mode, but if you say you've gone into manual mode, you're in 2nd gear and you want to go back to auto, you just push in and hold and it will take you back to auto. So that is really nice and very convenient, and again, a nice safety feature because everything's right at your fingertips. Now to our radio. Check out that big screen. Isn't that nice? So we can go to our home button. We've got our radio, our USB, our AV1, and our AV2. We are XM ready, so we can go to XM and we can add that if we want to. Bluetooth, HDMI, and our camera, so we can see our rear view camera right there. And then we can change the brightness of our screen up and down. And we can search our radio stations. Then we have our USB on auxiliary inputs right here behind this cover. So we can plug in there. But that's just really nice, huge big screen. I love that. We've got our AC controls here for our fan, our defrost, cool and heat, recirculating our air, and then the direction that we want that airflow to flow. Another cup holder here, and we've got a 12-volt receptacle and 2 USB receptacles. So look at how roomy, how much space I have here in the co-captain's chair. Tons of room. The chair is very comfy. I already showed you a lot of the features. It's got the same forward and back and up and down. And we've got our footrest here, and we have a lever just like that on the other side of the chair to help us rotate, or so that we can rotate the chair. It's really easy to do. And then if you've got pets that travel with you, you can have a big old dog right up here and you're never even going to notice it. So that's really nice. I know a lot of RVers have RVs so that their pets can come with them, and they're going to be very comfortable in the Forza. We've got a nice storage pocket here, and then we've got a great storage place up here in the dash that lifts up here, and we've got 2 USB chargers and a 12-volt receptacle. And that just comes right down. Nice big window here. We have our own cup holder, our map light switch, and then another 2 USB receptacles and 2 110 outlets. All right, so if you have never driven a Class A diesel coach, I don't want you to be afraid to do it. It's really not that scary. I know the first time I went out, I was a tad bit scared, but I also didn't know I was going. I kind of got thrown into the situation and drove into downtown Dallas. So anyway, your first time driving is going to be a lot easier than mine. So just things to remember. Your turning point is the center of your front axle. So that's really like at the back of our seats here. So you're going to put your nose out further into the street. Then you're comfortable with it first, but it really is going to be fine. Your mirrors are your saving grace. You can see down the full length of the coach. I can watch my rear tires and see if I'm getting too close to a curb. I can adjust and it's not going to be a problem. So hug the left side of the lane that you're driving in. Don't drive in the left lane. I'll get in trouble. That's not very good etiquette, but whatever lane you're in, kind of hug the left side of that lane. More bad things happen on the right side, especially when you're next to the edge of the street signs, all that kind of stuff. Watch out for tree limbs. So many things to think about. But anyway, you're going to love this. Realize that you fit in the lane. I know it feels a little weird at first, but you need to come and test drive at National Indoor RV Centers. Come test drive a Forza. I can't wait to take this out and see how it handles. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my left blinker and let's head out. All right, so out. Watch your rear view mirrors. All right, so we're on the road now. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to set my cruise control because that just makes this so much easier to drive. And turn it on and hit the set button. Now I can just sit back and relax. The great thing about an RV is that your vacation starts the minute you get behind the wheel. It's as much fun getting there as it is being there because you get to see this beautiful countryside, beautiful country that we live in. It's just a great way to travel, safe way to travel. You can sleep in your own bed. You can make your own dinners. You can be healthier if you want, or you can make chocolate chip cookies like I would and Diet Coke. Anyway, you're going to love it. You got to come out and give it a try. You're going to like the way this handles. It's nice and quiet. I've got the generator running. All right, so if you've watched my videos before, I have to do the decibel reader because I want you to know how quiet it is, how much you're going to enjoy this ride. So 64 decibels right now going down the road, this diesel coach. You're going to love it. Come try it. Super quiet. It's as quiet as my car. The nice thing about this diesel coach, so 34-foot diesel coach, you've got a 55-degree wheel cut. So on the same length coach in a gas coach, you have a 42-degree wheel cut. So much tighter turning radius on this diesel coach. All right, so I'm heading up to a curve here, and the road is going to tell me to slow down to about 45 miles per hour to take this turn. And we're going to try out the V-Ride and see if we feel like it helps us, not feel that tilt as we go around the corner. Man, I don't feel anything. That's impressive. Okay, so I know that's hard to convey on a video, but I just took a really tight turn going 45 miles per hour, which is what the street sign recommended. And I felt no sway or tilt at all. So the only way for you to try this out, though, is to come to National Indoor RV Centers and test drive one for yourself. I really think the proof is in the pudding. So come out, visit us, and take one for a test drive, and you are going to be super impressed. Thank you so much for joining me today on my tour of the 2021 Winnebago Forza 34T. Now I'm sure you're wondering how much this beautiful coach would cost you. Well, MSRP is $280,536 and MAP pricing, which is minimum advertised price, is $210,402. If you want to find out what I can sell you this coach for, please give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers at 469-277-1330 or email me at Angie@NIRVC.com. Go to our website, NIRVC.com, and see all the coaches that we have available. Now, at National Indoor RV Centers, we try to make working with us super easy. We take in trades, we do consignments, we offer extended service plans, we offer financing. Typically, my customers in a coach like this would want to finance it for about 20 years and, take a little bit of a lower payment and enjoy it. So we just try to make it very pleasant from the minute you call me or any one of our sales teams at National Indoor RV Centers until you hit the road, until the day you say, I'm done with RVing. But we expect that to be way, way, way down the road. So remember this also, at National Indoor RV Centers, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less. If you've liked this video and like to see more like it, please hit the like and subscribe. Also, make sure you go and check out my Winnebago factory tour. You're going to love it. See the quality that they build into this coach. So check that out. Also check out my RVing 101 series. And then of course we have our all-inclusive Motorhome Club. So go and check out our AIM rallies. I attend all of our rallies. I'd love to meet you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and have a great day.